Classic Restos is proudly brought to you by Shannons Insurance, where you can sign up for the Shannons Club, and Penrite Oil, offering technical assistance 7 days a week.
Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Classic Restos, not possible without the continued support from Shannons Insurance and Penrite Oil. Whether you own a DeLorean or a mighty XA two-door Falcon GT, you should have it with Shannons Insurance. Why not pick up the phone and give Shannons a call for a quote on 134646? They offer us as the enthusiasts just so much more. And what would you expect? The company is run by enthusiasts themselves. Their website is comprehensive and detailed. There's promotions, giveaways, an opportunity to sign up to become a member of the Shannons Club, and don't forget there's multi-policy discounts as well. Find out more when you visit Shannons online at shannons.com.au. And when it comes time for the finest in oils and coolants, you cannot go past Penrite. Been around since 1926. Australian owned, Australian made. A higher zinc level in the oil, suiting the older cars. They also provide a technical assistance line to help us 7 days a week. And how cool is Penrite as a company? Oil is even available in tins, the old traditional way. To find out more about Penrite, see them online at penriteoil.com.au. Simply a better class of oil. Oil right. Use Penrite. You know, one fascinating aspect about doing a TV show such as Classic Restos is the places that it takes me. Last week it was New Zealand, and a week later, here I am in sunny Bargo, around about an hour's drive southwest of Sydney in New South Wales. Now you may be thinking, why this geographical displacement? Well, that's the beauty of promoting motoring events, both large and small. Now before you may start thinking, oh, we're in for 3 drunks and a pizza this episode, think again. Thanks to the New South Wales Streeters, they put on one heck of a show. They put on an event in Kurnell, New South Wales every year that's a cracker, and now it's time to muster up some more classics in a different location. It's the Bargo Public School, and it's the day of their fete, with proceeds off to help the school. Welcome to the New South Wales Streeters Show and Shine. Now Helen, got to start with you. A glorious 1971 XY Falcon GT. Have a look at this car. Isn't it brilliant? Helen, welcome to today's show.
Thank you.
How long have you had it?
About 15 years.
And how long did it take you to restore it?
About 2 years.
Where'd you find it?
I was in a barn find. Yeah.
With chooks?
With chooks, yeah. And
With chooks?
yes, and swallow poo all over it.
Chooks and swallow. There you go. What a bonus finding a barn find and it comes with chooks. That's just adds to it, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
And how does it make you feel having one of these XY GTs?
Oh, just fabulous.
Helen, you got some great photos there yourself with Murray Carter. What a lovely guy he is. You're there with Alan Moffat as well. It's obvious you get around, you get to as many events as you possibly can.
Yeah, we do. Yes, we get around a fair bit with the car and we drive it.
Yeah. Isn't that good? That's always a bonus.
It is.
I mean, I'd rather drive one than push one.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
Yeah, to drive and it's really, really neat.
That's why larders have got heated demisters on the back screen, so you can keep your hands warm while you're pushing them through the snow.
That's right.
But apart from that, the larders are a great car. Now, the thing is, Helen, what I love about what you've done here is your attention to detail. No bolt left unturned. Just a beautiful job.
It certainly is. We've worked really hard on it, me and my husband. Yeah.
Now, the truck next to you now, that belongs to Ken, right?
Oh, yes, it is Kenny's, yes.
All right, well, I'll tell you what. Boy, is Ken in for it now because it's his turn on today's episode of Classic Restos. Thanks very much, Helen.
Thank you very much, Fletch. I've really enjoyed this.
That's okay. From one dazzling blue Ford to another, 1980 F-Truck, last of the Louisville style. How are you, Ken?
Good, thanks, Fletchy.
That's the way, mate. Thanks for turning up here today.
Oh, it's been great, mate.
I love these F-Trucks, especially what you've done here. Again, we've got a vehicle that has just been totally restored in every way. Tell us about it, Ken.
Yeah, it was in pretty good nick, actually, rust-wise, which is pretty bad for the F-Trucks.
Well, rust comes standard.
Yeah, well, this wasn't standard because it didn't have much rust in it. And it was a good base to start.
You got the option model.
Yeah, I got the option model, mate, yeah. And it's been basically family bit of a project, and it was painted at Cressy painted it. My young bloke's a spray painter. He painted me True Blue GT, but he was caught up with work and couldn't do it. So Cressy painted it out at Tamworth Smash, and was blasted. Everything was totally stripped off the car. My other son-in-law, he done work on it, mechanical work and that. And like I said, it's been a real family affair, same as the blue car, and that's the way we operate. We get the enjoyment out of putting them together, and the final results is what the bonus you get out of it.
And how fortunate as well, a family with two 351 Clevelands in it?
Yes, that's right, mate.
One each?
Yeah, one each, yeah. I've had a few GTs in my time, and solid.
That's a great shot there of the F-Truck and pulling the GT on the trailer. Mate, that must just get so many looks.
Yeah, well, it's got the CB in the truck, and we took it to Bathurst, and you hear the truckies, and you get them on the radio, and they, have a go at this. You never see this,
Yeah, that's awesome.
And that really stands out.
Yeah.
And
isn't it good? Said this many times before, it takes us back in time, doesn't it? They're moving time capsules. And when you've got a old F-Truck too, I mean, again, we probably wouldn't have thought many years ago that an F-Truck would be a collectible item, but I mean, they are. I mean, they go back to the 50s, the 60s. I mean, they just sold so many of them. Yeah,
they were a very popular vehicle. I've driven tow trucks in the early days, in F250s, F100s, and they are the ultimate tow truck back then, and I think they're still there now. And I actually built this truck as when I retired, as the tow our caravan, but done too good a job on it, and we done one trip to Queensland in it, and decided it's going to ruin this, so we turned her into a bit of a show truck, tied her up, and that's where she is now. Yeah.
Good on you, Ken. Thanks for being on today's show, mate. It's good to see you wearing a good patch there too, the major sponsor of the show. Find out more information, classicrestos.com.au. Good on you, buddy.
Yeah, and you've got a good club here too, mate, the other badge.
The GT Club, there you go.
Yeah.
Good on you, mate. Keep up the good work.
Thanks, Fletchy. Thanks a lot, mate.
Okay, it doesn't get much better than this. The Bargo Public School, their Fete for 2014 car show here, put on by the New South Wales Streeters. They're doing a wonderful job. We have Russell here today with the delightful 61 EK Holden. How are you, Russell?
Good, thanks, bro.
That's the way, mate. Your Holden is absolutely stunning. Tell us the story.
It was a deceased estate. The old fella died in 74, so we didn't get to use it much. The wife kept it until late 90s, wouldn't sell it. She died, and then the family come in, got to go. So 26,000 genuine miles. Most of the paint's original, as everything else, the trim's original, everything. Just a sympathetic restoration.
Russell, the plastic on the seats.
Yeah, you don't find that every day, do you?
That's just amazing. Look, obviously you've got a lot of passion for these older cars. You're wearing the T-shirt there. Classic, not plastic. I mean, that goes without saying. These cars have got some class. Fins out back, shape, chiselled style, plenty of chrome out front. They're a nice Holden.
They are. But back in the day, they were not very sought after, very cheap. My father, we grew up with them as kids, and we've had them, I think we've had about 30 or 40.
Russell, thanks for being on today's show, buddy.
All right, mate. Thank you.
Look, I love what you've done in the UK. Just one last thing before I go. The amount of suppliers that used to supply General Motors Holden to build these Holdens wasn't just the EK, right through the range. Hundreds and hundreds of outside suppliers. General Motors Holden, giving a lot of companies and small businesses a lot of work back in the day. Just a nice old touch back then.
Keeping Australia moving, weren't they?
Haven't things changed?
Yeah, oh yeah. Haven't they ever?
Keep up the good work, Russell.
No worries. All right, Fletch. Good on you, bro.
It's all very lovely to see an original 1961 EK Holden, but what about some extra highlights, like a factory Venetian blind, a rego label on the screen from 1981, and of course, who can look past a number plate from the day, CLY 316, still on the car. When it comes time for the finest in classic vehicle, home and contents insurance, you cannot go past Shannons. Why not pick up the phone and give Shannons a call for a quote on 134646. There's multi-policy discounts, there's trips to be won, and of course there's the Shannons Club, which truly is your garage. Find out more when you visit Shannons online at shannons.com.au. And for the finest in oils and coolants, you cannot go past Penrite. They've been established since 1926. They've stood the test of time. Australian made, Australian owned, and the Penrite Technical Assistance Team is there to help us 7 days a week. Find out more when you visit Penrite at penrite.com.au. Oil right, use Penrite, simply a better class of oil. I hope you're enjoying the Bargo Show and Shine put on by the New South Wales Streeters. Back with more classics after this. Welcome back. Time for Laurie on today's show now. A very nice 1965 XP Falcon. It does have a story. Would you care to elaborate, Laurie?
Yes, yes, Fletch. The car belongs to a late friend of mine who was building it to tour Australia with his wife. And partway through the build, he developed a brain tumour and passed away on us. Now, just before he passed away, my friend and I promised we would finish the car for him. And it's here today. As he wanted to build it, as far as we know, he couldn't tell us, but from what he had, this is how we think we wanted it. And we've got it here today because Ray and myself used to have the banter at Bathurst about who was going to win at Bathurst, whether it be Holden or Ford. So today we have the Ford here and our Holden on the other side. So if Ray's up there, we're still arguing about who's going to win at Bathurst.
How long has it been since he's passed?
I don't know. It'd have to be probably 6-7 years now, I think. But time gets away. We've been playing with the car, and because he didn't leave us any instructions on what he wanted, we had to try and interpret what he had to get the car together.
I'm sure he's happy with what you've done, mate. Tell us what's going on up front.
The car now has a 289 in it. It has a 5-speed manual because he was going to tour, so he wanted overdrive. Unfortunately, Ray had it with a Toyota Tarago 5-speed column shift, which didn't work. We couldn't.
He was thinking the right way.
He was thinking the right way, but physically we couldn't make it work in the Ford. So we had to go to a floor change, and now I have to educate his wife on how to drive it.
Must be nice though. A light car like the XP, a little Revy 289, 5-speed, be nice to drive.
It is a nice car to drive. And I'm hoping that his wife and his daughters will like to drive it as well. Yeah. We did manage to get the car to his youngest daughter's wedding as a surprise for everybody. Yeah. So it went over really well.
Good on you, Laurie. This is what it's all about, hey? Isn't our car fraternity fantastic? And it's not the first time I've heard a story just like this one. I have no more words. Good on you, Laurie. Well done, mate.
Thank you very much, Fletch. Thanks for talking to us.
That's right. Anytime. Thanks, buddy.
No worries, mate.
See, he's a good guy. Bargo Public School, their fate. New South Wales Streeters put on this sensational show and shine. We blame this guy. How you doing, Matt?
Good, mate. Good to see you again, Fletch.
Yeah, mate.
Thank you for coming down.
That's all right. Now, first year, right?
Yeah, this is the first year of the Bargo show, so we'll see what happens, but hopefully many more to come, but it's been a good success.
A lot of experience follows on from the Kurnell show, which is a big success every year.
Yeah, it's a beauty. I mean, last year we had 344 cars. Geez, we had to close the park off about 10:30. So, and a lot of them entrants from the Kurnell show are here today. Yep. So it's excellent.
Speaking of Kurnell for 2015, what's the date there?
8th of February. We'll have that again. Same again. We've got about 60 awards to give away on the day. Yep. So same with free face painting, free jumping castle for the kids. Still at $10 to get in. Yep. So great stuff. And Maguire's behind us too. Yep. And Shannons a street machine. Yep. So excellent stuff.
I think it's awesome that you picked Bargo for this particular event. I mean, you know, usually the sleepy little town of Bargo, but there's so many cars hiding here.
Oh, yeah, they're all hiding in barns somewhere. You can see them in the middle of the night. They all come out to play. But no, look, Bargo's great little town. Yep. A lot of guys from Picton, Thelmy and all that kind of stuff, and the Oaks, they all come down.
I really lean towards this. I think it's amazing. I love these little shows in these little regional areas. And like you say, it gives a chance for the guys not to have to drive too far. Yeah. And the stuff lurking in the barns, out they come, show a bit of support. Obviously, too, raising money for the school.
That's right, yeah. We're raising money for the school library today. So the kids' school books and stuff like that. So it's excellent. Yeah, that's good. So, yeah, so we're hoping to put more of that into them. There's pens and books and all that kind of stuff. So that's excellent.
Awesome. They gave me a pen as I went through the gate. Yeah,
you can keep that.
Yeah, for when I learn how to write. Now, Matt, New South Wales Streeters do a great job. You're watching the show at home. you want to be part of the New South Wales Streeters, drop the website.
Jump onto the New South Wales Facebook site, NSW Streeters. Get on there. They'll keep you all up to date with cruises, the car shows we've got coming up, etc., etc. Yeah. So no, it's great. We go to movie nights, cruise nights. We've got a dam run coming up. The local dams go for cruising the dam. The kids have a bit of fun too.
Oh, damn! I'm going to miss that one.
Dam? Oh well, damn.
Well, all I know is, Matt, you just keep up the mighty fine work, mate.
Right, mate. Thanks again for your support, mate. Thank you.
Thanks, Matt.
Thanks, mate.
You deserve a Fletch tour. See the amazing Ford, GM and Chrysler Nationals at Carlisle events, along with museums and private collections in beautiful Pennsylvania, USA. Then it's the Motown city of Detroit and its region, taking in more die-hard stuff with incredible history. Rounding off with the Woodward Dream Cruise, the largest moving car cruise in the world.
The best part of coming here actually was having Fletch here.
We get picked up, we get dropped off.
Fletch is a wonderful tour guide.
I would just recommend a Fletch tour to anybody.
Go to classicrestos.com.au and click on the Fletch Tours icon for more information. Hope you're enjoying today's show. Back with more after this.
Now, I know I've already had an EK on today's show, but this time it's extra special because it's a ute and a very nice one. Welcome to the show, Manny.
Thanks very much, Fletch. Yeah.
This is beautiful. Goes without saying, you've done a lot of work here. What's the story on this one?
Well, I've had the ute for 32 years, and about 3 years ago I decided to restore it, and that's the outcome of the vehicle, the ute, yeah.
It's absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's not very often that you see a ute like this in this condition. I mean, I know it's been restored, but wow, it is just, it's wow, wow and more wow. Have a look at it. I mean, you know, when you got this car, Manny, how did you feel? I mean, was it knocked around when you got it?
It was very well knocked around, and I did a little bit of work, and unfortunately I used to carry water in it because I'm on tank water, and that's why I got a lot of rust.
You carry water in it?
I did carry water for home, yeah.
It'd run out the tailgate, wouldn't it?
It did, yeah. Yeah, I had a tank and I carry water in it for the home, and 3 years ago, like I said, I decided to restore it back to original.
Good for you. And you're in the team spirit here today. I noticed when I first got here, you had a balloon hanging off the door with a picture of a Tweety bird on there for the kids.
Yes, I did, yeah. I bought it to raise money for the school, just to help them out, yeah.
Now, I went into an acting agency once. He said, what act do you do? I said, I do a bird act. He said, why don't you get out of here? So I flew out the window.
Did you?
But it's nice to see that you supported the school though, Manny, and we need many more like you.
Yeah, thanks very much, Fletch. Thanks.
Now, give us a quick rundown. How long did the build time take you on the ute?
It took me 3 years because of the money-wise, of course. It cost a lot of money. And the guy to get the rust out and paint it took about a year. And it took me another year to put it back together. I put it back together myself, a bit at a time, as money was available, yes.
You know, Classic Restos TV show, this is what it stands for, doesn't it? We've got a gentleman here that's taken his time bit by bit, and look at the outcome. Even in the taste department for the interior colours, you've even excelled there as well, Manny.
Yes, that's right, Fletch. I try and keep it as original as I can. I didn't want to put a big V8 in it, which I could have, bucket seats and what have you. I just kept it as original as I could, yeah.
Speaking of which, too, we've got that infamous 138, the grey engine there. I mean, wow, didn't Holden get a run out of those?
Yeah, they did, they did.
And how cool is Manny? Still got a bit of young bloke left in him. Here with the grey engine, he's gone with the X2 Holden option, hosting 2 Strongberg carbs. Manny, thanks for being on today's show. Love the ute, well done, and keep up the fine work, as I always say, in the preservation of this vehicle.
Thanks very much, Fletch.
You're welcome.
Nice meeting you. Thank you.
Time for Derek now, and his 1961 Triumph. Who says I don't have pommy cars on Classic Restos? Here's one.
It is. It's quite a good car too. And it's good to see Fletch here doing this.
Absolutely, you got to get to the schools, and you got to get to the little shows and try and encapsulate the atmosphere and pass it on to you watching at home. It's what it's all about, isn't it, Derek?
It is, yeah. And we work hard with our cars, so it's nice to see them on the TV occasionally.
Absolutely. Now, where does this Triumph go back with you?
Well, I've only had it 18 months, but it originated in South Australia. A chap started to build it in South Australia. and he had another Triumph Spitfire, and his wife said he couldn't have both, so he sold the Triumph Terrell, so he could build the Spitfire. And he sold it to an old...
What an unreasonable woman.
He did. He sold it to an old chap at Dubbo who put it in his shed for 2 years, never touched it.
Wow.
And he put it up for sale. I said, yes, I'll buy it.
Yeah.
But at the it was only 3 parts done.
Yeah.
The motor was RS when I got it. But,
Was it? Yeah.
but it's 100% now, and I enjoy it very much so, yeah. I used to have a Jag, but this is more enjoyable.
Derek, it's quite an attractive little car. It's got some nice shape from the front and the interior's nice seats there. But I've got to ask you a question.
What's that?
What's the go with the timber glove box door?
Well, that's because it didn't have a glove box.
Oh.
No, it didn't have a glove box lid. They don't make them with a glove box lid.
Oh.
So I thought...
What did you do with your gloves?
Just threw them in the glove box. They fell out, so you didn't have anything to keep them in. So I thought I better have a glove box lid. So I manufactured one in I think half an hour and stuck it on.
See, I love
varnish. It was varnished, but now it's painted. So
you can always...
I think there's a set of drawers at home with a drawer missing.
Yeah.
I think that's where it come from.
Yeah, I love creative innovation.
Oh, you've got to have something. Yeah, you got to do this, you know. I can't afford to go to get standard things made up. I've got to make them myself, you know.
You can always take that paint off and re-varnish it again down the track if that's what you chose to do.
Yeah, it's still varnished. I'll just take the paint off.
He's a talented man. He knows what it's all about. Now, you used to drive trucks apparently just quickly.
I used to drive coal trucks for about 30 years out here on the Belgreen Valley. Had my own trucks, 3 at one stage, and 3 headaches. And there's no money in trucks, so I decided to sell them. And,
They're fun to drive though, aren't they?
Oh, they're fun to drive. It had MANs and Scanias, mate. But
it's another fraternity that I have all the time in the world for. Speaking of which, mate, we've run out of time. It's been wonderful talking to you, Derek.
Okay, mate, no worries,
and thanks for sharing your little triumph on the show. I do have to say this much, though. It's a rare car. I mean, I don't remember seeing another one like this one.
No, they're very rare. If you do see one, they're usually in a paddock, rusted out. And I've had so many people...
Not with that glove box door, anyway.
No, not with a glove box door, but and not with a 2-tone dash either. That's different. But I've had so many people ask me, can you get me one? I said, no, like hen's teeth, you cannot get one, you know. If you do get one, you pay big money for them.
Go on about hen's teeth. I've never needed any hen's teeth.
Well, I've never seen a hen with teeth that way, you know, so there must be something in that. Yeah. But no, it's a fun little car, and I love it now. Now it goes. I can get up Razorback now at a quite good speed, which I couldn't do before. It's second gear, but now I go up top gear.
That's wonderful. That's a whole lot of fun, and that's what our classic cars are all about. Derek, thanks again for being on the show, mate. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Fletch. Glad to meet you, mate. Good to see you. Thank you.
Well, what do you think of that? What a fantastic little show here at the Bargo Public School, southwest of Sydney, New South Wales, Australia, put on by the fine folk New South Wales Streeters. And don't forget their event in Kurnell happening in February 2015. In the meantime, classicrestos.com.au is the website that you need for the DVD boxed sets of the show, Classic Restos merchandise, contact information, joining us on a Fletch tour in 2015, and our major sponsors as well. In the meantime, no matter where you're watching from, until next week, please ride and drive safe. I'm Fletch, and I thank you very much for watching. You can like and follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/Classic Restos TV and watch catch-up episodes at shannons.com.au. Classic Restos is proudly brought to you by Shannons Insurance, where you can sign up for the Shannons Club, and Penrite Oil, offering technical assistance 7 days a week.